What is up, everybody? We are back with yours truly, Justin Nicholas and Darren Nicholas.
What's up, everyone?
We are excited to kind of announce that we are going to try to keep this thing rolling. We both love talking, and as much time as we do not get to be together, we think this is the best way to kind of just talk every other day or every day, whatever it turns out to be. But also, exciting news, we have a freshly new podcast name. Darren, would you like to tell them what it is?
No, I think you got it. Yeah, it was your idea.
Well, don't be throwing that around, because if people don't like it, I'm going to blame you.
I mean, what's new, right?
That's also a good point. But we came up with Two Brothers, One Podcast. What do you think about that?
I love it. It's really close to some of my favorite other podcasts, with some comedians. So, I mean, it fits us perfectly well. And it just kind of gives it like a broad thing to what's going on. Because, we are going to talk about literally everything.
Yeah, I mean, last episode we kind of talked about Michigan football forever, and that's okay, because guess what? That's what we like.
Yeah, and I guess the best part is it's rivalry week.
Oh, he brought it up, everybody. It is rivalry week.
Insert fun music.
Yeah, right. Darren, who do the Michigan Wolverines got this week?
The small agricultural school in East Lansing that really has never done anything in life besides, a couple Final Fours, I think. And I think they showed up to a college football playoff once in their life, and I didn't even think they scored.
We all can tell whose side Darren is on.
It's Michigan State, Michigan this weekend.
7:30, ABC.
Halloween weekend, too.
Oh, man. It is a jam-packed weekend. And even Penn State versus Ohio State. Ohio State has to travel to Penn State and play in front of that crowd. And I'm not going to lie, I was there about 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
And it is like a video game.
I couldn't imagine. I've always wanted to go to Happy Valley.
We walked out there, and granted, it's not like a Penn State versus Michigan, a Penn State versus Ohio State, but it was still 106,000 people in that stadium, and being a MAC school, we have never, I think that was the fourth largest crowd that has attended a CMU football game, and I cannot, get over the fact of how many people were there and how loud it was.
Oh, you can definitely tell it's definitely intimidating for opposing teams and crowds and fans to come,
No, I remember you ran into my room one day and you got to watch this. And it was, what was it, the Penn State without the commentators against Michigan?
Oh, 2019, when Shea Patterson and company came in. And that's when they got to delay a game to start the game. Yeah. And it was just no music, no commentary. It was like you were there. It was like the camera from behind, and it really gave you goosebumps.
I don't even know what I would do if I was Shea Patterson.
Okay, well, here's a question before we get to Michigan State. Do you think Penn State has a chance?
Considering the fact that Penn State has played Ohio State fairly good the last 5 to 6 years, close games, I won't count them out entirely. Penn State kind of came back. They bounced back after getting manhandled all game against Michigan.
Right,
and
right.
They took it to Minnesota, who likes to run the ball with Ibrahim. And, Tanner Morgan's out, but that offensive line is still pretty good. And Penn State bounced back really nicely. Granted, it was that whiteout game, but
I think I would love to say Penn State's going to keep it close, and I'm going to hope they keep it close. It just has one of those feelings where it'll be a great first quarter, and it's entertaining. It's like that 10-3 kind of vibe, and then it's going to slowly fold right into Ohio State's game. Jackson Smith going to probably make a big catch somewhere down the line. CJ Henderson might run, wild. I mean, we saw what Michigan did against their rush defense, and CJ Henderson is apparently better than Blake Corum and company. But I don't know. I really do think Ohio State pulls it out. I'm definitely going to cheer for Penn State because in order for Michigan to control their division, we need a Penn State win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. As much as some people would like to say they want to see Michigan be 11-0 and Ohio State be 11-0, but like you just said, you want to be able to be in control of your own destiny in that division, especially one of the hardest divisions in all of college sports.
Right. But, kind of making a circle back to Michigan State. I was listening to Rich Eisen this morning, and he's excited. ESPN guy, Michigan alum. He was saying it's going to be raining like crazy in Ann Arbor that night.
Oh, wow. Is it really?
Yeah. He that's what he said, and I was like, oh, man. And it kind of brought me back to 2019 vibes. Remember the last time we played Notre Dame?
Oh, yeah. That was on my birthday. Fun fact. Yeah. Fun fact for everybody out there.
But it's definitely the vibe. It's definitely fit. I keep saying definitely. God, I should stop. It's fitting into Michigan State's game plan. Elements going to go their way where if the ball is going to be wet and it's going to be muddy on the turf or whatever.
I'm going to stop you right there. You said it's going to fit in Michigan State's game plan. That offensive line that Michigan's bringing into this game would want nothing more than a monsoon.
Oh, I mean...
That's why I think no matter what, even if it's... I know you're out in Wyoming right now, but here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan today, it is a crisp 71 degrees with blue skies. I don't even care if it was this weather in Ann Arbor Saturday or if it is a monsoon. Michigan will dominate that line of scrimmage.
I full-heartedly believe that as well. All I was just saying is it's the little things that can just go Michigan State's way. They know they're not the better team, and they just need all the help they can get, whether it's the officials, and I hate saying that, but the officials, the weather, and kind of going back off the previous podcast, they have nothing to play for. This is the rest of their season. They've already played Ohio State. This is all. This is everything they got. They're gonna throw everything at Michigan, and I expect it to be close. I do believe Michigan will win. They should win, but it will be a lot closer than a lot of people would expect it to be.
Yeah, and I mean that's one thing I'm low-key kind of nervous about is the fact that Michigan State really doesn't care at this point. They know that. Like, I saw a tweet Michigan State football put out, and they were in, their meeting room, and Paul Bunyan was sitting at the front of it.
Exactly.
That to me is hey, they're in this week. They're coming off a win, which they haven't had in 5 weeks, so...
Wasn't that their first win in the Big Ten?
Yeah, that's their first win against a Power 5 opponent.
Yeah, wild.
But anyways, I mean... All you viewers that made it this far that are listening right now, you are hooked. You are officially part of this family. You are in it.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, you listened to the first Michigan football rant, so there's plenty more to come, but if you made it this far, you're in. You're stuck. I don't know what to tell you. So, Darren, how has the military affected your life?
That's a good question. It has brought me a lot of joy. It has brought me a lot of pain. It has opened my eyes to the world. Realistically, I came in 21, and I spent the last 4.5 years of my life working every day, and been overseas 3 times, and it's it's crazy to think that my time is coming to an end because this is all I've known. This is what really made me grow up.
Right. I mean, you sit back and think about it. The last time that lived at home was 2018.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, it kind of made you grow up, just like you said. And it was an adjustment for like our whole immediate family. As in, like, at one moment, there was a time where all three of us, Jeremiah, you, and I, were living at home. And then next thing you know, we're all heading off to college or.
Yeah, I mean, you went to college, Jeremiah joined the Marines, and I joined the Air Force, and it was before you knew it, everyone was gone.
Yeah.
And that was a huge adjustment just because, we all lived close to each other. We live on a lake, grandma and grandpa right next to us. Our great grandparents lived right next to us. And it was the first time we've actually all been separated.
Yeah, I mean, we just grew up such a close knit family that you never thought you'd see that day come. Like, it just came in a
Right.
blink of an eye, and then we're all off. And like, Jeremiah is in North Carolina, you're in Arizona, I'm an hour away.
Yeah, but the military really shaped my life to really make me believe in that I can do anything. And that's going to be really cliche to say, but I have seen the worst places in this world to live. I've seen some of the best places in the world to live. I've met probably some of the worst people in the world, and I've met some of the best people in the world. But with that, like I said, it is giving me the confidence to literally take the jump and do anything and everything I want to do for the rest of my life.
Exactly. And I want to make a quick shout out to like all of our friends or anybody that you know in the service right now. Thank you. It's just a simple thank you. As somebody that does not have the cojones to go in and kind of start a whole new life, you'd say.
Right. Oh, 100%.
And it's one thing that really hits home as a brother to two people that have made that sacrifice and have been overseas, and it's an adjustment, but it's one of the most rewarding things as you can like just sit back and be a brother for.
Right. And you talk about adjustments, and I just got home for my third time overseas about 4 or 5 days ago, and pretty easy going time this time around. Not location, but thankfully everything and everyone came home safe. The biggest adjustment was just coming home and the cultural shock. I came from a place where I couldn't go get a bar of soap, couldn't get a toothbrush. Mail took almost 3 weeks to get there, and now it was just like, oh, I can just drive 10 minutes and grab something.
Or you got DoorDash right to your door.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, if anyone in the military is listening, you know how bad those watered down eggs are, and try eating those for 4+ months. Absolutely gross.
You can't catch me doing that.
But no, I'm happy to be home. I'm adjusting really well this time, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to just, like I said, start my my new life here in a couple months.
That's exactly right. I mean, you did your time, and if you get to kind of branch out now, you get to do whatever you want to do.
Amen. Amen.
I mean, moving on from that, I always love, like, I'm a military junkie movie watcher, or if you have a good military book, I will try to read it. Anything like that, like, I love it, but I will never join.
Right?
But
I'll tell you this. The movies are nothing like the real life stuff.
see, that's a question that needs to be answered more often.
Yeah.
You see that circling around all the time. Like, people ask everybody, like, hey, is it like the movies? Are the plane rides like that? Is it the living conditions, all that? Like, I don't know.
So granted, there's a lot of cooler dudes than me. And when I say cooler, obviously everyone knows of like the SEALs and MARSOC and those are like the special forces guys, right? Like the guys that are going in and they might have a different opinion, right? I work hand in hand. I see them all the time. And, obviously my job's a little different, but they're normal people at the end of the day, just as like everything. They know when they go into something, this is what they've told me. Just like within a month, nothing happened, nothing crazy. And the chances of something crazy happening are very slim, right? But that's why they're there and what they do for that little small chance for that craziness to happen, right?
Yeah, it's not supposed to happen like every time because I think we'd already be in World War 15 if that did happen.
Right.
But that's what their job is. Like if stuff pops off, they're right there to answer the phone call. So are you. So is everybody even in that area,
Oh, a team thing. And I think that's a big thing to hit on is you don't have to be, if anyone's listening to join the military, do not get in your head of, I need to be special forces to feel like I'm doing something, right? This goes all the way down to the cooks and the finance people. Their job is just as important as those guys that are going out knocking doors down.
Yeah.
Everyone in the military serves a job, and we are all one team. And I can't thank everyone enough. Seriously, I couldn't do what I did without the logistics part of everything. Getting home, shout out to all those guys. Yes, one team, one fight. Really, 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 really believe in that.
And our family has always been a military family. I think all of our grandfathers have served in one way or the other. Scott Nicholas even tried to join. Bad eyesight caught him there, but
he is legally blind, by the way, everyone.
Yeah. Yes, our pug at home is a seeing eye dog.
Which doesn't say much because that pug can barely see anything.
All right, Darren. What is that pug's name, by the way?
Well, I had the privilege of naming him before I left. And his name is Dak Harbaugh Nicholas.
And if anybody is now wondering how crazy we are about sports, that probably put the nail in the coffin.
Dak Prescott, Jim Harbaugh, and of course the Nicholas family.
Yeah. Turning away from the military life and how much it's affected you, I want to turn to television shows, Darren.
Okay.
I need your top 3 of all time.
Top 3. Okay, all time. Number 1, and this is just recently, was Yellowstone.
Oh, Mom and Dad are gonna love you for that answer.
I hated it at first, and then it just grew on me, and now I'm addicted. Number 2, It's Always Sunny. I love that show.
I forgot how addicted you are to that show.
Honestly, probably the funniest group of people you could ever put in a show, and just perfect, right? And then I'd say number 3 is definitely. I fucked up. My bad.
It's all right. I kind of put you on the spot, so.
Oh, no. Can you edit this out?
Yeah, he'll edit it out.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Number 3. All right, number 3. I'm drawing a blank. The Ranch.
Dang. You're a Ranch fan? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I loved it when it first came out on Netflix, and I guess I'm just a wannabe cowboy with those 2 answers.
Yeah, and that is the farthest thing from your personality.
Oh, farthest thing. I cannot ride a horse. I cannot do anything in the barn.
If I ever saw you with a cowboy hat, my fist is making straight connection with your jaw.
Right.
But, okay, so I have to give out my top 3, right?
Of course.
Number 1 is 1,000,000% New Girl.
Oh, I did forget about that one.
New Girl, I've watched it probably 5-6 times now. since you're the one that got me hooked on it, it is arguably the best show of all time. Number two, I'm gonna have to go with The Bachelor.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I got hooked on The Bachelor. My lovely girlfriend Olivia Jane Galeazzi got me hooked on it, and we look forward to Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time, where we get to kind of snuggle up, watch The Bachelor, and eat popcorn, drink some drinks. It's just that reality TV show kind of gets me.
Number three.
Number three is a hard one. And the only reason I say that is because there are so many great shows out there. And this one's a little bit older, not terribly old, but I'm going to have to go with Friends.
Okay. Justine is smiling ear to ear right now because that is her all-time favorite show.
I debated on that with, honestly, all three of those can be interchangeable. But Friends, there's nothing better than watching 3-4 episodes. They're only 19, 20 minutes long. It is pure.
Easy watch. It's an easy watch.
It's an easy watch that makes you laugh, like makes your tummy hurt.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I mean, those are solid top threes that we came up with, even though I've not watched any of those. All right, Darren. So moving on, we're going to talk about some MLB playoffs.
Okay.
We grew up Detroit Tigers fans.
Yup, diehard Tigers fans.
Still are.
Sadly.
It's tough being from Michigan and you're handed Detroit sports, but Darren got out of it, became a Cowboys fan, so good for him. Good for him. But the Detroit Tigers kind of had a season where you thought they were gonna show something this year.
Oh yeah, we had huge expectations coming into this year.
But before we get to the Tigers, let's talk about the MLB playoffs and how about the Phillies?
This is years coming ever since they signed Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper playing great. Nick Castellanos playing great. The Phillies are just that experienced team that has finally just hit that stride, and it's good to see. Even though I'm not a big Philly City fan.
I don't know if you remember this, Darren, but from about 2006 to 2011, I was the biggest Phillies fan.
I know you love Chase Utley, you love Ryan Howard.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Rollins. Oh man, that team. I love them. I remember getting like 5 shirts, 2 hats.
At that same time, I was a Browns fan, too.
Yeah, we went through some phases. You know how some kids have, like golf phases or something like that?
We just switched up our sports team.
Yeah, we had sport team identity crisis.
But, yeah, the Astros, they're going to win it all.
They've earned my respect from getting caught cheating and thinking that was the only reason they were good. And then the last 2-3 years, they've just been a consistent powerhouse.
Justin Verlander getting better with age, just wild.
I mean, come on, dude.
The guy has Tommy John surgery late into his 30s last year and comes back and is just, has just a fantastic year.
You see him walking down the street, and if you don't know baseball, that is a 45-year-old man that has 4 kids, a mortgage. You know what I mean? But yeah, he can suit up and throw 99 miles per hour consistently and hit every spot in the strike zone.
Oh, 100%. And I guess that's the only reason why I'll cheer for the AL team, because it was going to be the Yankees or the Astros. It's going to be the Astros, so... I
mean, you have your look-alike on the Houston Astros anyway.
Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve.
Heard it day one.
Yeah, it's honestly... A lot of people know what you look like there. And just pull up a picture of Jose Altuve and then just kind of pull up a picture of Darren and you'll be like, what?
Are you his real dad?
Yeah, I don't know, but at the same time, Darren, you guys are almost identical in height.
Okay,
And
don't come at me for that now.
you guys, you both played second base. Like, I don't know what to tell you, Darren.
Yeah, the apple didn't fall far from the tree, I guess.
I mean, I wish you could hit like that. We'd probably be better your senior year, but
you're not wrong.
Yeah. So your prediction is that the Houston Astros are going to be the 2022 World Series champs?
I think it's inevitable at this point.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say the Phillies.
I like it. Maybe you and I should put a little bet on this then. After.
Yeah, I wish I could. Is what I will say.
As much as I love the MLB, I am a huge NBA fan. And I just want to say, I do believe our Pistons, everyone, are going to make the playoffs.
As a playing game. They're not, they ain't going to get no bye or anything like that.
No. A play-in game this year would be fantastic, just for our young core. I love Jaden Ivey. I love Kate Cunningham. Sadiq Bey has taken a huge step. Isaiah Stewart's shooting threes now. We're finally starting to put the pieces together. And I think even if we don't make the playoffs, I feel like after this year with a great pick, we're going to catapult to being like a 3 or 4 seed in the next 3 years.
Yeah, I agree with you because of the fact that we almost asked Cade to do too much last year as a rookie, and you are the face of this franchise right out the get-go. And you kind of have to expect that when you're the number 1 overall draft pick, usually. And in that sense, I think he is a perfect guy for it. His emotions don't get too high. He's not like the screamer at the refs or anything like that. And Jaden Ivey is literally flash with the ball. I have never seen somebody move that fast with a basketball while dribbling. Jalen Duren, are you serious? The dude has like a 7'10" wingspan. Like, what?
And people forget he's only 19 years old.
Yeah.
He's like young. I mean, he's young. Like, all these guys are young. All of them, our whole starting lineup besides Bogdanovich is all under 25.
Right. And Bogdanovich looks like he's 50, but the dude can still hoop.
Yeah, and the only reason why we signed him is because we needed a 3-point asset. And this guy has played fantastic these first couple of games.
I agree with you because at Utah, he was like the 3rd, 4th option, blah, 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 just kind of get some minutes, that corner 3-point specialist, all this. And then we gave him the chance to be like, hey, like, you're the old guy in the locker room, like, come out and show what you are. And he has. He's kind of reached a new level where I don't know if he knew that he could get, but he's there, and I can't be mad about it.
Granted, it is super early in the season, but really a lot of promise in the Pistons organization, and I'm so excited to keep watching. Even though, let's talk about the future number 1 pick, Victor Wembanyama.
Oh,
who doesn't know, I'll explain this. This guy is 7'2", 7'3", and he's a point guard, basically. This guy is, from what everyone says, he's an alien. Like, there's no way that guy that size can do the things he can do on the basketball court. And as a Pistons fan, as much as I'd love for us to make the playoffs, I would be okay with us winning 18 games, 19 games in the number 1 pick.
Yeah. This dude is a freak show. He is 7'3". Now, he is a twig, but, like, I don't care. Like, he can probably touch the top of the backboard.
Oh.
Just standing.
Yeah.
And like you said, he moves like a point guard. He has handles like Isaiah Thomas. He's got a silky smooth jump shot. Dude was made in a factory, plain and simple.
Absolutely wild. But yes, Justin, I'm excited for the MLB playoffs. I'm excited for the NBA season. Obviously, college football, the NFL. You know, it's that time of the year because Christmas is coming up where all I really want to do is just like lay in bed and relax.
That leads me to my next question. How much do you love Christmas, dude? Like Christmas is our I can't. I love it. I love it so much.
Christmas is literally yeah. 4th of July and Christmas are 1 and 2, and they swap each other. But Christmas time, family, food, and it's just overall great.
Yeah, I just love I'm a sucker for Hallmark movies. I don't know why.
You are Mr. Sensitive.
Hey, I don't care what you call me, but man, there's nothing like getting some hot cocoa, watching.
What's your best gift ever? Best gift ever.
Best, going to the Big Ten championship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was you can't really beat it.
I agree. That was a fun one.
I mean, who would not want to do that if you were a Michigan fan and you gave Dad and I the opportunity, and that there's a story that comes with that whole experience. So if any of you have ever been to Lucas Oil Stadium, we had fantastic seats. We were in the second or third level, and we were like the first row. So we had a great view of the whole game. One thing we didn't really take into consideration was the walk back to the car. And mind you, we are not a family of small people. Okay, we love our food. So what? Leave us alone.
Easy now. I'm in good shape.
You do whatever you want to do, whatever. But the important people, we're a little bit bigger. So what? So after the game, we're celebrating. You know, we're on top of the world. Michigan just won the Big Ten championship. We're going to the college football playoff. And in Lucas Oil Stadium, to get down, the easiest way is there's like a spiral like sidewalk in the stadium that leads you all the way out to like the concourse and just outside of Lucas Oil Stadium. And so the first one, and it's literally like just circles after circles after circles. And about after the second one, Dad is sweating. And he is looking at me, and I'm like excited. Like, I can't wait to just get on Twitter or just see everybody's reaction to Michigan actually doing it, right? So I'm like walking fast. I have all this adrenaline built up, and Dad, he gets kind of mad. He's like, chill out, okay? We just got to take it slow. And I'm like, I'm sorry. There was like 8 more fucking circles to go. And he was, oh man. Even at the end, I was like, dang, man.
Yeah, crazy. See, my story's a little different, right? Because I just got home from deployment, couldn't go to the game. But it was like my Christmas present was watching you guys go and getting to experience that. So I took full advantage of that. I do love to drink. I think that is a fun time for me and anybody that's around me. And I have to tell you about my outfit, right? I had some slides on, my Michigan shorts, my Tom Brady Michigan jersey, and my Michigan hat. And I'm sitting there watching the game. Just everyone around me ordered a bunch of pizzas, and it's just a great time. I'm drinking like a lot because obviously Michigan's about to win. And the game's over. I'm the happiest one in the room because everyone else is like, okay, who cares about Michigan? But I was so excited. Everyone's like, let's go to this jazz classy bar. So they all get dressed up, right? And then there's me, who doesn't change and is already on level 8 of getting intoxicated. I show up to the jazz bar. I have the Michigan fight song playing on my phone. I eventually do get kicked out of the bar for being too loud.
He eventually does. He lasted a solid 2 minutes.
I think it was like close to an hour. It was those damn Long Islands.
Yeah, they'll get you.
But yeah, no, that was a great time.
there's no better feeling than when we were walking out of that stadium and there was probably 70 to 30 Michigan to Ohio, Iowa fans. And all that was blaring was, "You got to go pump it up. You got to pump it up." And everybody, everybody was getting on each other's shoulders, just running around the streets, just jumping up and down. And I'm like, yeah, this is the fan base I want to be a part of.
Amen, man.
I mean, so everybody, that kind of wraps up episode 2.
Yeah, hey, take it easy, everyone.
Yeah, we next episode will also be coming fairly soon. We can't wait to kind of release some good news about who's joining our podcast family and all they're gonna do for us.
Yeah, everyone, just bear with us these first couple episodes. We just got to get them out just so you guys actually do want to listen to us. We know it's probably not the most entertaining thing currently, but we promise there's more people getting involved. Some, content creators that are going to really help us out here. So,
hey,
thank you.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody just listening to the last 35 minutes of two brothers that really don't have anything better to do on a Monday at 4 o'clock.
right. But yeah, no, thank you for literally a lot of people reaching out. I didn't think it was going to really take off as quick as it did, but I got a lot of messages. I know you got a lot of messages encouraging us. We're pretty funny. Granted, we have a lot more stories to tell.
We haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Not at all.
And that's why we've kind of had this podcast in the making. I would say it was just getting to do it.
Yeah. And I think we're here now, man. But hey, you have a great Monday night. Let's watch some Monday Night Football and enjoy.
Yeah, same to you, brother.
All right, love you.
All right, love you too. Bye.